Hey, welcome. So today we're going to turn your kitchen into a little magic show. We are going to take a totally normal pencil and bend it without ever laying a finger on it. But here's the secret. This isn't magic at all. It's science. Let's jump in.
So, here's the big question. Can you actually make a solid, straight pencil look bent with just a glass of water? I mean, it sounds kind of impossible, right? Let's find out.
All right, first up, let's get this little experiment set up.
And that's it. It is seriously that simple. All you need is a clear glass, some water, and a pencil. I really suggest you pause and try this yourself right now if you can. It makes the big reveal way cooler. Okay, but before we look too closely, let's do what any good scientist would do. Let's make a prediction. What do you honestly think you're going to see when you look at that pencil in the water? Go ahead, lock in your answer. Got your prediction? Good. Now for part 2, let's observe the illusion. What do you actually see? And there it is. Will you look at that? When you look at the glass from the side, the pencil looks totally bent, like it just snapped into right at the surface of the water. So, is that what you predicted? It's a really convincing trick, isn't it? But wait a minute. Let's throw in a little twist. If you change your angle and look straight down into the glass from above, the pencil looks perfectly normal again, straight as can be. So what in the world is going on here?
Obviously, if you pull the pencil out of the water, it's fine. It's not broken. So what's the deal? Why does it only look like it's bent?
Okay, it's time for the big reveal. Let's dive into the science of bending and uncover the secret.
So what you're seeing is what's called an optical illusion. Your brain is essentially being tricked by your eyes. But unlike a lot of illusions, this one has a very specific and very cool scientific explanation.
And that explanation has a name: refraction. This is the key to the whole thing. Refraction is just the scientific term for the bending of light. See, it's not the pencil that's bending, it's the light itself.
So how does refraction even work? Well, it's all about the journey that light takes to get from the pencil to your eyes.
Think about it this way. For you to even see the pencil, light has to bounce off it first. Then that light has to travel through the water, leave the water, pass through the air, and finally it hits your eyes. The important part here is that it's moving through two different things, or mediums, water and then air. And here is the core idea. Light actually changes speed when it moves from water into the air. Think about it like running on a paved road and then suddenly hitting a big patch of sand. You're going to slow down, and your path might change a bit. Light does something just like that. As it moves from the denser water into the less dense air, it speeds up, and that change in speed is what causes it to bend. So let's just do a quick recap. First, we know the pencil itself isn't bent. What we're seeing is an optical illusion. Second, this illusion is caused by refraction, which is just the fancy science term for light bending. And third, the light bends because it's changing speed as it travels from the water into the air on its journey to your eye. And this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. Your brain is just so used to light traveling in a straight line, it doesn't really know how to process that bend. It just traces the light back in a straight path from where it entered your eye. This makes the underwater part of the pencil look like it's in a slightly different place than it really is. And that's the break that you see. So the next time you see a straw looking bent in your drink, or maybe a fish in a pond that seems a lot closer than it actually is, you'll know the secret. It's not magic, it's refraction. Which leaves me with one last question for you. What other everyday magic is just science waiting to be discovered?